Hey guys, B Twice here. Today is Sunday, July 25th. I had a few chart requests, so we're going to knock these out real fast. The first one is Twilio. So going up to all-time highs, I'm seeing that as a wave 5 peak, which was a higher degree wave 1. So we're either looking for a wave 2 bottom or we have found it. So let's see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a impulse down for an A, followed by a three-wave move up for a B, followed by an impulse down for a C, giving us a W because we were in a complex correction. We had a three-wave move up for an X, and then we take the extension, so the length of W extended off of X. And what we can see is that down here where I'm saying I think bottom is in, and I'm calling it my wave C, so we had an A, B, C move down, which I'm calling my Y, which I'm saying is this wave 2 bottom. It was the 76.4% extension, so it is far enough to be considered a Y. And 38.2% is shallow for a wave 2, but it's not unheard of. And given that, unless there's ultimate death to the market, I don't see Twilio going all the way down to a 60% retracement for a wave 2 bottom. Plus, the impulse that we're seeing going up right now has already surpassed our wave X. So that makes me think that, yeah, the bottom is definitely in. So now let's look at the impulse. Okay, so the impulse that we're looking at, I'm seeing a wave 1 pullback for a 2. Then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going up for 5. So let's talk about this extension, the 100%, 161.8, and the 200%. So I take that extension of 1 bottoming off 2, so you extend up to 1 and pull down and you put it off of 2. The 161.8 is our wave 3 price target. We're just about there now, which would be this purple wave 3. The 100% is the same thing as the 38.2% retracement. So that's our wave 4 price target, or somewhere in that vicinity. Maybe we'll get a 3-wave down that'll go shallow, but that's our wave 4 price target for now. And then ultimately from there, we're going to go for a wave 5 price target of somewhere around $440 a share. So what do I see with Twilio? I think we're going to see a pullback very soon, unless wave 3 is going to be super extended and go all the way up to the 260% extension. But to be honest, I mean, most of the time that doesn't happen. You're going to see it happen off Moderna here in a second. That's the first time I've ever seen it happen. So with that being said, I do expect very soon that we're going to see a 3-wave move to the downside on Twilio. That will be a buy zone because there's still going to be more upside coming. So I would like to maybe get an entry on this, but I'd like to see a 3-wave move down from here. I'm not going to be chasing and getting in at this level because very soon we'll probably see a slight pullback. All right, so now we're going to look at Moderna. Somebody requested Moderna. Um, we're just going to look at the daily here. So this is a crazy chart. So the same thing I just explained. We had a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 5. So pretty textbook or close to it. The 161.8 is our wave 3. We pulled back to right around this 100%, which was our wave 4. So as you can see, we took this extension off of 1 to 2. We hit our 3 here, we hit our 4 here, and we hit our 5 here. Bang, textbook. That's our wave 1 because we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have our wave 1. So then we pulled back, and this was clearly bottom for our wave 2. I didn't have to do any extensions to figure that out because bang, it was. Look, it rallied from there. So that's our wave 2 bottom. Now what are we looking at? We have a 1, we have a 2. Well, where's our wave 3? Well, this whole thing is wave 3. And this is what I was talking about, the 261.8% extension. When you took this extension of 1 to 2, we're on it right now. So that means right around here, somewhere up here. Now, this could continue memeing and just flying, and then I wouldn't touch it, just because I don't know where this thing's going. But up here, we should see a sell-off, and we should see 3 waves to the downside. When we get those 3 waves to the downside, it's going to end somewhere in here, and that's a big window, 320 to 271. Hell, it could go all the way down to 250. But with that being said, if we can see a 3-wave move down, that would be a buying opportunity because off those 3 waves, whether it's a complex correction or not, we will get a pop to the upside. So I wouldn't be touching Moderna unless we see a 3-wave to the downside. And this is a very risky play just because the market loves to fill gaps. So more than likely on the move to the downside, we're probably going to see this 260 range again because this gap right here needs to be filled. Okay, so there's Moderna. Last one is Skills. Skills was a SPAC. It's been kind of beat up, and I think it's a relatively decent stock. So first, we're going to look at what I originally see. The entire move going up to the upside is a wave 1, and we've pulled back for a wave 2, and I am saying bottom is in. We had a textbook zigzag to the downside. We had 5 waves, an A, a B, followed by 5 waves down for a C. So now let's dive in closer to get a better look at this. Okay. So here was our bottom. So we just had our zigzag down. We found our bottom here. So what am I seeing? Well, I'm seeing a 1, a 2. So we pop up for 1, pull back for a 2, pulled up for a 3, pulled back for a 4. Now this 4 ended in wave one territory. It doesn't matter because we're in a higher degree wave one. The only way this is not valid is if we're in a higher degree wave three, which we're not. So then this is our wave five right here, meaning that this entire sequence was a one. So this whole thing is a one, and we're in the process of pulling back for a two. So now let's zoom in a little bit better and see if we've bottomed. So what I'm seeing is a three-wave move down, A, B, C for a W. Then we had our X, and then we take the extension off of that to figure out, okay, did we meet the criteria for a wave Y, which we have. We bottomed right at the 123.6% extension. That's a very common place for Y to find bottom. Technically, it can go lower. It could go all the way to the 161.8. I don't think it's going there. I think we found our bottom. That's why I drew this circle here, was saying, hey, I'm not entirely sure. It could go lower, but I'm not seeing that. I think bottom is in unless some bad news comes out. If bad news comes out, then I wouldn't enter this stock until the 11.5 range because that's likely where it's going. So now let's zoom in a little bit better. Now that's a bad look. Let's go here. Okay. So now let's look at this. So what am I seeing? Okay, so what I'm seeing is that we had a 5-wave move up for a minute wave 1, and that we're pulling back for our minute wave 1's bottom. I think bottom's in because the most common place to find bottom, let me slide this over a bit. The most common place to find bottom is the 61.8% retracement. So we've checked that box, we've hit that. So now what do I think is happening? I think we're popping back up to the upside, and that we're about to hit an impulse up for our wave 3. Where's that going? I think our wave 3 price target's about to be about $18 a share or around there. From that spot, we should see a pullback back to the mid 16 range, and then from there we'll see a rally back up to like 18.50 or maybe $19 a share. Now, after we hit that, that's going to be a wave 1. So when we get to that wave 1, let's go ahead and just draw this real quick to see where we could be going because I did not put that on here. So now it's going to look pretty busy on this chart. I apologize for that. Let me go ahead and remove this. So after we top there, and we're going to be pulling back for a two. More than likely, we're going to hit our two somewhere around here. Somewhere, our two bottom is going to be somewhere between $17 and $16 a share, so somewhere in here. So I'm not in skills right now, but if we do see this move up to here around 19, and then we get this pullback, I would enter here for a wave 3 rally, and I'd enter a call position here. So probably going to need some good news to really continue rallying the stock. It looks like they have earnings coming up here soon in a few weeks. So maybe they'll get some really good news and they'll rally from here. But I do think long term it's probably a good hold. So, all right, guys, if you like these videos, go ahead and hit like and subscribe.